What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome back to Straight Betting. Had a decent day yesterday. The picks on the show were pretty mid, but, late ads came through, all that good stuff. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about myself. And we got two other people here. We got JJ, of course. JJ, how we doing?
Doing better than yesterday,
Oh, yeah. And then Prophet, how are we doing?
Doing good. Jay Sleeper, I heard about that. That's some crazy shit, bro.
There was I was talking to Ty right after the stream. I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. I never do it. So I go for like a 2.5 mile walk, go down the street. I'm going down the hill and I see cars flying up the hill. I had like 8 patrol cars go up, then 4 unmarked cars, and then a couple of motorcycles. Eventually I start walking a little bit further down. I see a helicopter going around. I was like, all right, now they're searching for somebody. And then, like, as I'm talking to my mom on the phone, I was like, I wonder who they're looking for. So I cross the street. I'm going into Target. And, like, I just get to the Target parking lot. I didn't even, got in the Target yet. And then I guess that identified me on the when they was driving by one of the unmarked cars. I guess they was looking for black man, black hoodie. So I'm like, all right. It was like, hold on. We need to talk to you. Stop right there. And then they just all rushed me. It was like 8 cars pull up. I'm like, damn. Someone's over here cuffed sitting on the curb until they identified me. And it was like 4 hours later because I took an Uber back home because they had my whole neighborhood on lockdown because apparently he ran into my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here driving up, get my car. I had to go get my tire changed because there was a hole in it. So eventually come back hours later. And then he's getting cuffed in my neighborhood. I'm like, oh, I guess he's wearing a black hoodie.
Man, that's crazy that they're so quick to put you in cuffs. So you think they just can I see your ID to make sure you're not the person we're looking for or something?
Yeah. Well, I guess he was an armed suspect. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Mind you, where I live, there's only 10, 20 black people that actually live there. So it's just unfortunate I had to be right there, right then and there, It was like, damn.
Man, the one time you go for a walk.
Yeah.
I remember
you go for a walk. I was like, all right.
JJ, when we ended the stream, JJ's like, yeah, dude, it's so nice out. I've went for a walk in long ass time. Kind of excited for this actually. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Prophet, I know you've been streaming for a while. Do you want to quick give your stuff a plug and when you stream and how long you've been doing that and all that good stuff?
Sure, yeah. I've been betting for a living for 6 years now. Just came into 6 years. Started streaming, started doing content online the very end of 23. And do my daily stream noon Eastern time, NBA stream Monday to Friday. I do football streams once a week. I know football season's coming to an end, so and then I'll be back for baseball season as well. So, yeah, stream daily noon to about 1. I try to keep it at an hour. Sometimes it gets into an hour and a half, maybe a little over that. But yeah, all my plays come out for free. I do have late ads and things like that as well, but just break down the board with everybody and give out what I see for free.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. I think the one thing I've realized from streaming, especially, just constant collaboration. I don't know if you stream with others a lot of the time, but when you're constantly breaking down stuff and talking with other people, I feel like you just improve as a bettor and just see the board so much better when you're constantly talking with others.
I agree. I'll just jump into random people's. I wouldn't say random, but people I know if they're live, bro, I'll just jump in because I just I like talking ball. So like you said, you might say something that I didn't even think about in today's today's slate or something. So I love it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, hey, that's what you're doing today, hopping into random stream.
Yeah, it's our first time meeting. Pleasure to meet you both, and hopefully we can provide for the people today.
Yeah, hey, that's what it's all about. Trying to provide the people with good plays, good reasonings, just have them be sponges to what we do and stuff like that. So
coming off of a solid day yesterday, I'm hoping to keep that up. The day before was solid ass, so let's keep the greens alive, and hopefully I can bring some profit to the guys.
Yes, sir. That's why you're Prophet Prosp, baby.
That's right.
Okay, Prophet. Well, do you want to kick us off with the first prop of the day?
So I was telling y'all earlier that my model did take a shit on me. I've got no official props yet, but I do have a few I wanted to go over with y'all and hopefully get to. And the first one's a good one because I seen somebody already threw it in the chat. What do y'all think about Kyrie's threes over? DraftKings seems to be falling behind. They're at 120 with the rest of the market like 140.
Let's see, 2.5 for Kyrie.
2.5 threes for Kyrie. Yep. Oh, DraftKings just moved too on some ho shit.
Oh, of course. Yeah, so I know Pistons, just first of all, Pistons have been terrible at above the break threes all year. So if we look at this, like fourth most, they're kind of like a pretty big jump shot funnel in general. I know like the points in the paint is generally down, seventh fewest, and then fourth most above the break threes. Obviously, guys, Kyrie is never going to take a corner three, I don't think, with Luka off the court.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to be standing there.
No, absolutely not. So we could go threes. It is a little juice, but 2.5 without Luka in general kind of seems low. Then we're getting 12 out of 18. I think just off face value, it's a good look.
I liked it a lot at 120. I'm a very price sensitive bettor, so I get my model and then I also compare it against the market. And I am very conservative, honestly, because I know a lot of pros will bet their edge at 5%. I like to see 10%. That just gives me like the ability to be somewhat wrong and still right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this one's coming in at around 5% for me. I think some people would run it, but I would probably actually just leave this one as a lean as well.
Yeah. That's smart. I feel like so many people are not price sensitive at all, and that's something very important and that you should be preaching, because if you're like over 4.5 rebounds at minus 115 is so much different than minus 135 and stuff like that. People just see the same number and they're like, oh well, if you win, I win. Well, if you lose way more. So
yep.
I think that's important, and that's something that actually really doesn't get talked about at all in the space, I don't think.
What about I have another lean in this game. Wanted to hear your guys' opinions. Malik Beasley over threes. It's inflated. Well, his points is inflated as well. You usually could run this one around 14.5. Today we're seeing 16.5. Wanted to hear your guys' thoughts there. This was an auto bet for me at 15 plus. 16.5. I don't know. I'm leaning over. Wonder if you had opinions.
JJ, you're the Beasley guy. I know you were also in the auto bet Beasley boat at some point too, weren't you?
Yeah, man, you had to.
Yeah, his volume and his minutes, it was just undeniable.
See, the minutes is what's been worrying me, but he did run 29 the last game.
Yeah, their rotations like sometimes make no sense to me with him, because like they need a second shot creator, and like he's that guy. At least that's what he started off as once Ivy went down. But then I think every now and then Tim Hardaway will have a fire game, and then his minutes will go down. Sometimes it depends on Asar, how they want to use him. So if Asar's not getting many minutes, then usually Beasley's minutes will go up. But if they're using Thompson a lot, then sometimes minutes will go down. So it's kind of weird. But I mean, at least he's saying 23 to 30, 31 minutes lately. So I like that. Even in tough matchups, he's still been going over, like Houston. Even the Magic hit 4 threes. So, I mean, when Beasley's hot, he's hot. He's either going to soar over or he's going way under. There's just no in between for him.
Yeah. So what I like to look for when I'm like betting on, honestly, just like non-Cade people in general, but especially like a Beasley, like spot up. Obviously, Dallas, they're pretty bad against spot ups, which kind of is reflective on how they're going to play Cade. Spot up and pick and roll handler, and then off ball screen too. Off ball screen is pretty important for Beasley because he gets a ton of off ball usage. So both those are 7th most points per game in both, which is pretty good. And then if you go down to Cade, go to pick and roll handler, 8th fewest points. So to me, that's kind of indicative that they're going to be aggressive on Cade, and any matchup that a team's going to be aggressive on Cade and look to limit him. I think that Beasley benefits from that.
Yeah, I might even ladder Beasley. I haven't got to the window yet on it, but I might have to ladder it. No, I think I do have a play for y'all. My fault, bro. I tapped into this, I think 3 or 4 days ago. Don't mean to be messing up your flow. Like if y'all got plays to drop, I don't know if you go game by game or how you do it, but
I mean, I just woke up 30 minutes ago,
Yeah,
so it sounds worse.
JJ's a Pacific timer, so he kind of just wakes up and gets right on.
Yeah.
But I have 3 officials, so there's only 3 official plays, so we have time to like stretch those out, you know.
Okay, cool. Well, let me see if there's anything else in that game I wanted to talk about. Those were my 2 leans that I saw off the bat. Let me just check the model real quick. And I will plug this. It's free content. I will have the projections posted. I meant to have them posted before this show so I could tell people to follow along. They're in my cord, but I didn't get the write-up up before. What do y'all think about Tobias Harris? That would be kind of my last lean in this one. Under is my lean. I've got him at 11.07.
Okay. Yeah, Tobias.
Coming off a high game, and then going into a tough transition. Let's see.
So even without Jaden Ivey, yeah, so you're definitely getting like a little increase. Like, you know, I'm a big treat like the player props like a stock market guy. Like I don't like betting players off of good games, especially if it's like just like, oh, they happen to have a good matchup or some stuff, because you know the lines are definitely indicative of that. But he's been going pretty consistently even without Jaden Ivey in games like this.
I love fading. Personally, I love fading players off of a large game. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
When you're getting a bump like this, I think the number 12.5 is probably good, but a 13.5, 120. Yeah, I like the Tobias Harris under. That'll be my 3rd lean in this game. Probably leave that as a lean for now as well, but just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts. Like you said, under in 7. 4 out of his last 5. What is that? Like 8 of his last 9 of it, 7 of his last 10.
Yeah, no, I just had 12.5 at first. I'm like, 12.5. I mean,
the number 4
seems
transition,
right? But 13, I could definitely lean under on 13.5. I think. I guess the only concern would be, the only concern would be is if they're going to be aggressive on Cade. But, you know, you can worry about that every game because Cade's actually kind of a star now.
And they still got Grimes. They got Najee Marshall. Like they have the defenders to throw at him too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually Najee and PJ for someone who just likes to kind of play bully.
PJ's probably going to start off on him.
Yeah.
On Cade. I don't think he's going to be able to just bully PJ
or Najee.
There is a bunch of, you know, we were speaking of Cade. There's a pretty solid discrepancy in his PRA line in the market right now. 41.5 at FanDuel, who I consider the sharpest prop book, not book in general, but prop book. And a lot of 43.5s in the market. My projections, 26 and 9 is 35, 40, right at 41. So I agree a lot with FanDuel. I might run this. Here's my problem. I've had a lot of success fading Cade. I had a lot of success early. I think every time I've faded him since Ivy, he's cooked me, though, just to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, without, let's see, 11 out of 17. But, yeah, I mean, what you said is spot on. FanDuel is the sharpest book. And then another one that's sharp is actually an offshore book. It's Bet Online. They have Prop Builder. FanDuel and Prop Builder are, like, by far the 2 sharpest. So, I mean, just if you're betting off of face value like that, like DraftKings 365, they're being slow. ESPN, Fliff. I guess Pinnacle is at 43.5, but no, I completely agree with like the prop thing. Like FanDuel is like kind of like the most accurate book.
Yeah, FanDuel opened 42.5 and came down as well. And I agree with you. Pinnacle is one of the sharpest books in the market, but their prop limits are fairly low, all things considered. So I'm not saying I don't trust them on props, but I don't trust them near as much as I would like a college basketball or an NFL, main line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're taking 5 bands on college games, 50 bands on NFL games. Like that's how you know there's some liquidity there.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I don't think I'm gonna run this, but it's a super strong lean for me. The only reason I'm not, like I just told y'all, he's cooked me the last couple of times I faded him. You probably got people in my cord right now like, Prophet, don't do it.
That's how I am with Zach Edey.
Is that right? He last time I played his under 7.5 boards, he fucked around, got a double, I believe. So I feel you.
Well, dude, I want to put you. I'm going to put everyone on with some game. I faded. This is like the biggest edge, like one of the best edges like I've came across. If Alperen Sengun's ever going to miss a game again, dude, whatever center is matched up against Steven Adams, you're not going to be able to rebound for shit against Steven Adams because he's like such a traditional center. not even just the strength, but all he does on offense is crash the offensive glass. And then on defense, he doesn't even try to rebound, but he boxes you out so you can't rebound. So, like, I faded Edie, bro. That shit was, like, he had 2 rebounds last night. And just, like, watching it, you're just, like, you knew that you were going to win the whole time just because of how Steven was, like, playing him and shit. So that's a future edge for you guys. If Sengun misses another game, under rebounds on the opponent sender. But, okay, let's get into my first official play. This one I kind of, let's see, I probably betted like an hour ago, so I hope it didn't move. But let's give it a check.
It's still good.
Okay, Chris Paul over 8.5 points, -120, 360. Okay, yeah, so good price is still in the market. So guys, if we go down to the Bucks, they are allowing, if we hover over this right here, they're allowing the second fewest points in the paint. I think catch and shoot frequency, if we go to, I'm on pull-ups right now, but catch and shoot frequency. Chris Paul does a fair bit of catch and shooting nowadays. Catch and shoot, 4th highest frequency over the last 15 games. Obviously, pick and roll handler, they played drop coverage with Brook Lopez. And actually, with no Bobby Portis and only Brook, they're like in like heavy drop like the entire game pretty much. So fifth most points per game there. Obviously, 39% of Chris's points come there. Spot up also, catch and shoot stuff. And yeah, so like, I mean, dude, you have to shoot jumpers to beat the Bucks. They really protect the paint, but are vulnerable to jump shots. Another thing going for this one. If you go to Wemby against the Bucks, they've played each other once this year. Wemby only took 10 shots and had 10 points in 33 minutes, and the Bucks won by 16. So I didn't watch the film, but I'm assuming that they're throwing some pretty complex stuff at Wemby if he's only getting 10 shots up in 33 minutes. So Milwaukee might force others to beat him. Of course, Chris Paul, 8.5 points. We can just quick check the hit rate. Yeah, so 25 out of 44 on the year. We go to head-to-head. He scored 18. He was efficient, 5 for 6 from deep, but he took 10 shots. And so that's really good volume for Chris because, you know, he doesn't really shoot like that nowadays. So if you filter 7 to 13 shots, obviously, like I said, guys, he had 10, put it right in the middle. He's over in 20 out of 25 games. So I think this is just like a perfect matchup for Chris. He needs drop coverage to score nowadays and catch and shoot stuff, and I think he's going to get both. And, you know, I also feel good about like how they played Wemby last game, just being aggressive on him, force others to get shots up.
Yeah, I like this lean a lot as well. I originally had this at about 8.88, and then I just went in when you were talking about it. I did a minutes adjustment because I think this game's going to be competitive. He's definitely got some sub 29-minute games, but that's not what I expect today. So if I throw him in 30-plus minutes, I end up at about 11, which would be plenty of an edge. The other thing I wanted to pivot like off of that is I actually really like Wemby's under.
Yep.
24.5. I will say the market has came up a little bit because I looked at this last night. There were 22s and 23s, and I knew that was going to climb, so I've waited. I don't know if we get a 24.5, but if so, I'm nuking that shit.
Yeah. I mean, how many times has Wemby taken 10 shots this year? Like, genuinely.
Gotta be very low.
Let's see. So I'm going to filter to 12 or 13. So he's taken 10, 13, and then 5 against OKC. We know how OKC gets against first options and stuff like that. So this is ridiculous stuff. I think that Wemby's under is a great bet. I would fully endorse it. Yeah, sometimes I just, sometimes I just want to like have multiple plays on the same game because if I'm wrong about the scheme, then I could really get messed up.
Yeah, no, I agree with that completely.
But, yeah, I think that this is a great bet as well. Okay, let's see. And also, I want to stay in this game for a little bit before I give out another pick. First of all, Prophet, if you have any edges you want to share in this game, we'd love to hear it. But honestly, I have kind of like a lean on like every Spurs guy just because the Bucks defense is pretty predictable. I like Stephon Castle's under. I think you could even make a case for PRA because I think Sohan might be needed here to guard Giannis.
Right.
But you also like need to be able to shoot to beat the Bucks, and Castle really can't shoot at all. You're kind of, you're getting him coming off of some pretty good games. So that's like a sell high aspect. Like I said, I just don't – I think this could be an easy spot where he doesn't really play a ton, to be completely honest. And also just I don't like the matchup for him to score the rock. I mean, he had 25 minutes and shot 2 for 12, which, maybe he shoots a little bit better. But he only had, 10 PRA in 25 minutes against the Bucks, and that was without Sohan. So I think that his unders are a good look. And also Devin Vassell. I think that he's similar to Chris Paul. He gets a lot of on-ball screens, pick and roll handler stuff, does a lot of pull-ups and catch and shoot. He's not super reliant on scoring in the paint. And Vassell over 17.5, Castle under, Wemby under, Chris Paul over. I think you could make a pretty good SGP going on here.
I agree. Could I ask you, you want to click on to Harrison Barnes? Someone put it in the chat, and my model does very much agree with that.
Yep. What were we thinking about Harrison?
Over 12.5 points. I'm at 13.5, but you could lay a 12.5 plus money or an 11.5, 125. Let me see what the market's done.
I feel like last game his line was at 10.5.
Yeah, and he smoked it. You're 100% right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I personally with Barnes, I think the catch and shoot aspect that the Bucks give up is good. But personally, I know that they're going to give up the pull-ups too. So I'd like someone who's going to do I think that I personally like Vassell and Chris more a little bit because I know that they're going to be getting pick and roll reps against drop coverage, and Barnes is kind of going to be spotted up in the corner more so. But I think that maybe even threes could be a decent look. 1.5 threes.
Is that 111 at FanDuel real?
No, the 11.5 FanDuel's at this is sports bet, which is international FanDuel.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should be at 12.5.
I see. No, I'm looking at his threes here. I see over 1.5 minus 113 at FanDuel. I like that line a lot.
Yeah, that would be best price in market too.
Yeah, open plus 102, and looks like it's going to keep going up. Do I drop one? Right now?
Barnes got up 7 threes in the first matchup against Milwaukee. So
I like Barnes threes there. I like the threes better. I mean, just piggybacking off of your point, I think CP3 has a better opportunity to rack up points off the pick and roll, but also I love the kick out spot for Barnes to get a couple up.
Yep. Dude, honestly, I really think this is a perfect SGP game. I'm being so serious because like I said, I actually genuinely have strong leans to so many players, to Barnes threes, Wemby under, Vassell over, Castle under, even Sohan. I could see I know Joel played his rebounds last night. I saw that and I completely agreed with it. I think this is a great Sohan rebound spot, or minute spot really. So I think you can make a nasty SGP with this.
Yep, I agree. Also, when Barnes gets his threes up, though, I mean, he's averaging 17 points over an 11 and 12 with 5+. I do think that's a spot. Honestly, I might even run Barnes 15+ for a sprinkle today. Points.
Yeah, if he's going to get... Did you have a take on this?
I'm looking at the bottom 15 in spot up shooting with everyone available, and he's over in 5 or 6 this season for threes.
Oh, okay.
And then in the games he did go over on points, it was 16, 22, 20, and 25. So I like that sprinkle on 15+.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these, man, this is a good game for props.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, another game that I think is good for props. So we kind of nailed the head on this game. We have a ton of stuff going on. This is JJ's filter, by the way, with everyone active, and then bottom half of the league in spot ups. So another good thing supporting Barnes. Okay, I think this game's great for props. I'm going KD over 25.5. Another place where honestly I started off by looking at Booker's under. I really like Booker's under. Call me a narrative, call me a puss, but Booker not making the All-Star team, and I know that this game is going to be competitive, Warriors versus Suns. I was just okay, but if I'm leaning between two, I think I'm just going to go with this one. And this one actually dropped a little bit on DraftKings, but KD over 25.5. Basically, guys, if we just go down here, this is the Warriors defensive chart, right? And this is actually off. The paint stuff is off because the Chase Center doesn't know how to track the restricted area stuff, which is super weird. But they know how to track the other stuff. Warriors allow the second most mid-range points per game and the 7th most points per game in isolation. So that to me just screams KD, go ahead and isolate and shoot as many 2-point middies as you want, right? Also, though, I think it's a really bad matchup for Booker and Beal, two guys who are very pick and roll reliant. Golden State, especially without Draymond, because Draymond will turn into a switch a lot of the times. But Golden State, especially without Draymond, is really going to blitz pretty much every time in the pick and roll, especially against a Devin Booker caliber player. So third fewest points per game to the pick and roll handler. So if Booker can get negated a little bit, obviously I think that just benefits Durant. And of course, if we go to this filter, we go to Booker and Beal. And I know he had so this is 24.5, but he had an injury game in there, so I'll just filter that out. I mean, he's averaging 27.6 points per game with Booker and Beal active. And let's see. Yeah, he's over 25.5 and 13 out of 22. But like I said, guys, he's ended at 25, 3 times. So 25 plus and 16 out of 22. And there is a 25 plus that popped up. So, make sure to play that at DraftKings.
I just played that to win 1 unit.
Yep. So that's an official play for you?
Yeah, that's an official play. I just played it, released it to my cord. I love it.
Yep. JJ, do you have a take on KD stuff?
With Booker and Beal with 16 to 20 attempts, because that's about the range he's gotten with Nick Richards on the team. Over in 11 to 15.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and this is just a spot game. Like Prophet, you talked about like the Spurs Bucks being competitive. I'm like, dude, these Suns. Anytime like it's a Suns Lakers, Suns Warriors. What's the team like Lakers Suns? Like these 3 teams for some reason. These like middling West teams with all like the old heads, bro. These guys always just play in competitive ass games. I think we got literally a 1-point spread in this one. So I fully envision like full minutes for everyone. So.
What about Tyus Jones assist? The price is god awful, but I like that 4.5. I even like the 5.5. I'm at 6.4. Can you see him with Richards without Dunn?
Is Dunn out?
I thought so, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Dunn's not on the injury report, and actually I remember him playing last game.
Okay.
So I guess Phoenix is actually at full strength. They don't have a soul on their injury report as of now, until someone randomly gets the flu.
With those 3 guys, he's under in 5 straight.
Yeah, Tyus's minutes have actually. That's one thing that I realized. Tyus's minutes have kind of been dwindling ever since Beal got moved to the bench, because it's like they got to make room for Beal, and then since I could see Dunn playing a fair bit. Maybe they want him. Actually, who would guard Curry? Because I don't know if Dunn can really navigate screens that well. They're gonna need someone to guard Curry though. And I don't think that's Tyus.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Grayson Allen? I don't know. One thing I will say, Tyus scoring the rock. Golden State like leaks a ton of spot up stuff. So just because that's going to be by default by how they defend pick and rolls. But yeah, I think Devin Booker, Prophet, you said you like playing unders. What do you feel about Booker under 26.5?
I have him at 26.5 exactly. I do like what you said though, and that's the reason I ran KD. Also, I'm like you. I don't love to run spots twice, although I am on Props Madness, and it looks like his play type has absolutely cooked them. I like KD's over more, and I'm pairing that with the hopes that I don't see them both going for 30, so my hopes are Booker goes under, but I'm gonna just run the KD over.
Yeah, I will say it's a little bit concerning for a Booker under that Shea just had 52, and Jalen Williams even for that, like the 2 pick and roll ball handlers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually completely fair. JJ, do you like? I know we ran Booker. I actually made the exact same filter when we ran Booker's under. JJ, remember against the Cavs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like when you do like top or bottom half of the league or top half of the league at defending pick and roll handlers, and then you could even filter out like some of these teams like that are just terrible at defense, because Warriors, what are they, 9th in defensive rating? If you go to like 25th, and then the hit rate starts to look like really juicy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lean. Yeah, you also could, maybe he did kind of. Actually, guys, Booker didn't get snubbed. Do you want to know why? Because SG1 plays in the Western Conference. So, like, did Booker really expect to, like, make the All-Star team when, Ant Edwards is in the same conference as him? I mean, come on, y'all. I'm a Wolves fan, Prophet. So
Okay, makes sense. Makes
I like
sense.
to talk my shit whenever I can front run and the Wolves are playing good and Ant's playing good. I'll definitely be talking my shit and front running.
Do you want them to grab Jimmy or Jimmy experience over?
Dude, honestly, look, a lot of the Wolves fans are kind of soft about that, but like, I like to use logic and like just vision Jimmy Butler in the playoffs and Anthony Edwards together, and like I don't see them. Like that's like a duo in the playoffs that I think like really would be a very, very tough out. So if it would be like we can just get rid of Randall and like get Jimmy, maybe in like some like another piece or so. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd take it. What's your take on Jimmy? Is he just like a complete diva, or would you want him on your team?
I have been a Jimmy hater. Yeah. He just coasts through the regular season, but he's also supposed to be this effort guy, and it's like you can't have both, right? Like
you got to have effort throughout the entire season.
Right. And it's like, yes, he's been to a couple finals, but they've also been play-in teams that have had the hardest path every single time. Granted, the East is fair. I would say the East is easier than the West, but still you've got the hardest path to the East. Why not try in the regular season? Maybe win 50 games, get that 3-4 seed, and have a little easier path, play a few more home games. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I think he's a good player? Yes. I think his player option's $52 million next year. Do I think he's worth that? No. So, if Jimmy's on a squad for $25 million and he plays hard every game, love him. But that's just not the Jimmy we've got the last 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Like the thing is with me is like I don't think Jimmy's a good player. I think he's a great player in the playoffs. Like I think you could like in 2023, like you couldn't even mention Jason Tatum's name with Jimmy Butler. Like that's how far ahead of Jason Tatum Jimmy Butler was in the playoffs. Just like, and you could, yeah, he's getting older, so maybe he's not going to be at that level. You could definitely make that case. But if he is at that level still in the playoffs, I mean, he's like a top 5 player in the world when he's doing that shit. So.
No, I agree with that. He is. I think he's still top 10 when he's at full effort, but I think you need that more than just the playoffs.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Especially to justify like the contract he's looking for.
Exactly.
And he's kind of been injury prone. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Okay. Let's move on to Philly versus Denver. I ripped MPJ over 20.5 points and rebounds. Guys, this is not going to be a long write-up. But if we just go to PR, hopefully this is still there. Perfect, it is. Do with Jokic, Murray, and Gordon. He's over in 16 out of 22. Philly is probably one of the worst defenses in the league in the current stage. I mean, Eric Gordon's playing like 40 minutes a night for them. Yabusele's their form of rim protection. Kelly Oubre's playing 40 minutes a night. Maxi's playing like that. This is a really bad defensive team. And they're not going to be able to guard. They can't guard one-on-one, so they're forced to overhelp all the time. Last 15 games, they're allowing the second most catch-and-shoot field goals made. We're talking about MPJ, never swing the rock here. Second highest catch-and-shoot frequency. Second most catch-and-shoot three-pointers made over the last 15 games. So I don't know. I think that this is like just a don't overthink it one. I think this is a great matchup. The hit rate's there with all the guys healthy, and you just can't play Jokic 1-on-1 with Yabusele. Like he's gonna shoot 90%.
Yeah, I expect a lot of zone defense here to try and trap Jokic. He's gonna open up a lot of threes. I mean, we've been talking about that zone defense, and now it's been giving up so many catch and shoot opportunities. So, I mean, like you said, don't overthink it.
You played his PRs over. I'm just looking at his points over, 14.5, 125, 30 plus minutes. What the fuck? Yeah. I got to run that one, I think, boys. Yeah. Model projections, I do agree with you. Let me see if my edge is big enough. I was at about 22, and I will say the markets agreed with you as well. Everyone opened like 110, 115. It looks like that number is going to bump to 21.5, honestly. I think I want to run his points straight, though.
Yeah, I guess the only reason why I can kind of be a square sometimes, but like this is kind of a square way to think about stuff. But I just like clicked on points and rebounds. I saw 16 out of 22 hit rate with these three, and then I clicked on points. It was 13 out of 22. But like the bet's like based off of like it's not based off of his like rebounding matchup. It's based off of his points matchup. So
Right. I like his points matchup a lot. I'm at 16. I may run that by itself. That 2.5 threes is not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I like Michael Porter Jr.'s points here in this one. I like your PR read as well, but I might get to the window on that 14.5.
yeah, I mean 14.5 is a pretty damn low line for MPJ to begin with. He's averaging 17.9 on the year. You can definitely a lot of the games were, with the shorthanded Denver team, but still 14.5 in this matchup. Let's see. Other leans for this game. I think like Jokic to get a triple-double is a pretty good look. Let's see. Philly and them just played. He had, let's see, points, rebounds, and assists. He had 27, 13, and 10. He only played 30 minutes because they won by 35. Let's see. If they play zone, he's going to pick that apart. Jokic against zone is just going to find someone open every time.
Craziest triple-double price is minus 110.
Minus 110. But like seriously, like I think that he should get 10 rebounds should be super easy against Yabusele.
Yeah, and I've got his assists at 10.87, so I lean triple-double minus 110.
Yeah. That's so ridiculous. JJ, do you like Jokic to get a trip dub here? I mean, because we're really just looking at like 10 assists, to be honest. Like
Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna trap him, I mean, I love it. Should have all the shooters around him.
I think Philly stuff's a little interesting on the side. I mean, Denver's such a bad. I don't know how Denver is okay, they're 22nd in defense. Oh, no, that's Philly. I don't know how Denver is 20th in defensive rating. I feel like every time I watch them, they're giving up 130 like every game.
Yeah.
This game could be an absolute shootout. I don't know what's over-unders 233.5. I never bet over-unders, but 233.5 feels really low.
See, I bet a lot of over-unders. Very contrast of pastes in this one, but I have noticed Philly plays a lot faster, especially when they're out there without their bigs.
Without PG too, his old ass doesn't really get up and down the floor anymore.
Yep, I agree. Y'all like a Jamal Murray points over? You want to look at it for just a second? I've got a slight lean, which is funny because those are my cord note. For the past 18 months, I was a Jamal Murray fader. Like I was always looking for the matchup to fade, but last 10 games have looked decent. I'm at the 19.5, not 20.5. But the big thing for me too with Aaron Gordon, I know has been a difference for him and him. With Aaron Gordon, actually the average is higher, but the hit rate's lower. That's funny. I lean over here the 19.5 number, but I saw the head-to-heads there. That's not looking good this season. I'm going to probably just chill off of it, but I would say this is another lean for me. Not as strong as MPJ's, though.
Honestly, I'm going to be on the other side of it. Philly just, they've actually been allowing a ton of very minimal pull-ups, and Jamal Murray, yes, he'll catch and shoot for sure. But when I think about him, I think of him, more of like a creator off the bounce, so pull-ups kind of. I could be wrong there, but Philly, just with all the zone, you're not really going to get pull-ups out of zone. And with Yabusele usually doesn't play drop. He's usually kind of up in the pick and roll because he doesn't really offer rim protection. So just like the pull-up frequencies allowed by Philly has been really low recently. And I think it's actually like the fewest field goal attempts by a fair bit. So just because of that, I'd probably lean under. And yeah, I guess he only got up 7 shots in 33 minutes against Philly.
I love fading him. I just can't get to the window today.
Yeah. Jamal Murray, one thing I will say is that, I know you said your model likes to price in like recent play. Jamal Murray definitely has played himself into shape. He was in terrible shape, and he kept on getting hurt at the start of the year. I mean, he's back to like a good Jamal Murray. Okay, JJ. So I know you've been awake for a solid 30 minutes now. Have you found any props that you like from the slate?
Still looking through. I definitely like I lean on that MPJ play. Trying to figure out, let's see, maybe Kobe White assist.
I wanted to talk to y'all about that game as well. Has anyone heard if Quickly's giving it a go today? Because if not, I want to run Scotty's assists.
Yeah. So I know quickly. I looked into some quickly stuff. Anytime someone gets upgraded to questionable when they haven't been questionable in the past, I kind of just assume that they're gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
But he missed time with it, like about 3 weeks with a hip injury. I would be surprised if he's playing 30 plus minutes. I would think he's closer to like the 26 to 28 range.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bulls are like the perfect assist matchup. So
I know. With Quickly even limited, I'd probably run it. I'll probably wait for that one till tip off, get some injury news, probably pay a worse price on it, but I'll live with it. If Quickly runs, I'd probably run Scotty's points under, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know where this 22.5 is coming from Scotty, because even he went over against the Wizards.
That's what I'm saying. 22.5 is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Thing about Scotty's played like 4 absolute cupcake matchups in a row. At some point, he's going to be a good fade, like a really, really good fade, like when he actually plays a good team. Let's see. Yeah, Scotty stuff. The thing is, the Bulls are like so bad at against slashers. They just have 0 rim protection. Like they allow the most points in the paint. And I think one thing about the Bulls is like they haven't been, they used to be like playing drop coverage. I think they're done with that. They're allowing the lowest pull-up frequency. So I think they might be done playing drop coverage, but like less than 10 feet stuff. Yeah, I mean, they're just most field goals made less than 10 feet, last 15. I like RJ's over, but like I don't know if I like the number,
I completely agree.
Like RJ's very reliant on slashing.
Levine's out like at least another week, right?
Yeah, personal reasons. Bro's getting traded.
Right.
They're giving him paid time off to pack his bags. So Kobe played 31 minutes in a blowout loss against Boston, which is definitely Kobe White assist makes sense for sure, dude. Without Zach. That was against Boston. Boston's a pretty brutal assist matchup, but over 4.5 without Zach, 5 out of 6. I could get behind that. Let's see. Okay, so Prophet and JJ, if you guys have like any like strong leans or official plays that you guys want to get to, just like interrupt what we're doing and let's do that. Let's start getting into the comments for like the last like 20 minutes or so, though. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully that'll help me find one.
Oh, sweet. Let's see when you go. How are you guys? Yesterday was incredible. The comeback. Thank you. Hell yeah, dude. Prophet, I went 0-5 2 days ago. Terrible feeling. Then 6-1 yesterday. So, that's.
Can I just say something?
Yep.
I was 2-5 2 days ago. And then yesterday I go 3-2, but the 2 I missed were like 0.2 and 0.2. Yep. And then I cracked a 3 unit off of 0.2 unit. No, it was 3.7 units off of a 0.2 unit play. Full ladder cash on Jalen Green's threes and smacked my 1 straight bet. So I feel you. It was a disaster class for me 2 days ago. Steered the ship right yesterday, and hopefully we stay in the green today.
Yes, sir. That's the best feeling. That's the best feeling when you're in the mud and then you're like, okay, I need a good day here, and then the good day happens.
It was funny because yesterday I put in my cord because I was on LeBron's triple-double first thing in the morning, laid plus 360. It closed like plus 200. And I was telling my Discord, like, man, even if this doesn't cash or we keep getting massive value on these massive plays, we're going to crack something. The triple-double misses, but then I cracked that 0.2 unit lotto, and it was like I spoke it into existence almost. Like we needed one and we got one.
Yeah. Hey, if you get enough CLV enough, you're doing something right. You're due to hit one. Okay. Zubac over points. I actually looked at this, dude. I mean, bro, like they're playing Taj Gibson and Diabate at center. Like
I've been running this actually. Model doesn't like it today because it used to be 12.5. Now it's around 14.5, and I'm at 14.5.
Yeah, the thing is this. So Prophet Tommaso, he's like Italian, and he has like an Italian book that is like the softest shit ever. So like whenever you see like a 14.5, if there's like a 13.5 in market, he probably has like a 13.5 for like -105 or something.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous too. But yeah, Zubac points. I mean, dude, I'm not gonna talk you off it, dude. Taj Gibson and Diabate are not NBA centers, so
I agree.
This could be a game where Harden has these games where, against shitty teams where he just kind of goes into like cruise control and just tries to drop dimes. Norman Powell does not do that.
I know. I actually really lean over. I don't think there's that 21.5, 115 kind of has my name at DK.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, every time Norman Powell like gets brought up in the comments every single time, and like in my head, I'm like, Norman's gonna regress. He's not like actually like this efficient of a player. But dude, I mean, like, what are we doing? 28 out of 39 hit rate. This team has zero rim. This Hornets team is a disaster. Like, they just have nobody. Yeah, this is just like off of straight vibes, but like I really like Norman stuff. I really like Zubac stuff, and Kawhi kind of like does his thing. I kind of think like this is just like a gut feeling, but I kind of like Harden's under. Like I feel like he's really just not going to try to score.
I like that read. Let me see what I see. I'm right around market, but I do like that. I like that. I like that with in addition of Powell going over.
Mm-hmm. Prophet, do you ever bet off of? I know JJ. JJ's like a numbers guy. JJ's a nerd, but do you ever just bet off of like gut feeling or no?
I wouldn't say I never do, but I never do for a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'll definitely take some lotto shots off of a feeling. Not so much straight bets though. I'm very data oriented. But like last night, LeBron's triple double, I didn't necessarily have an edge to the rebounds. I did to the points and the assists, but it was Washington. They ended up winning by 1 billion, but I'm a Lakers fan, but also like a Lakers hater. If I got to be honest with y'all, like I don't think they're good. Like they beat Boston, I was so happy. I'm up in the air, and then they lose. They beat Charlotte by 2, lose to Philly when they had nobody but Maxey. So yes, I do, but it's usually smaller spots.
Mm-hmm.
And like NFL touchdown bets, I definitely like really get into it. I see red zone targets, end zone targets, all that nonsense. But at the end of the day, you're laying a plus 400. It might be, like a Travis Kelce spot. The data might not say it, but Taylor Swift's in the crowd. I might sprinkle it, So yeah, I say I do, but it's more like smaller bets.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, for sure. What does your model have Harden at? Because I just like really, I don't know. My gut's talking to me about Harden's under.
My model has him at 21.5, but let me do what I call handwork and throw Kawhi in the lineup and see how that affects my baseline. So
I guess 9th fewest points per game in isolation for Hornets.
I like that for the under.
Mm-hmm. 10th fewest points per game to above the break threes. That's like this is matchup on, but the thing is like how relevant is this season-long data when like half the
whole team's out? Yeah.
JJ, what do you think about Harden's under? Do you think I'm just being a jackass or what?
I mean, not really. I think they're trying to attack the paint here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just let Zoo have like a 2020 game or some shit. Let Norman Powell get his all-star snub frustration out.
That's what I'm pulling for. I think I'll be on a Powell over.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this dude is just so consistent, bro. Okay, guys, I'm really close to pulling the trigger on Harden's under. Like, I really am. I just like I hate betting with like could he score 22 against Charlotte? No shit, dude. Like, but 13-point spread too. He's coming off of playing 37 minutes. It's not a back-to-back. If it was a back-to-back, that would be nice.
Kawhi, yeah, if it was a back-to-back, I'd hammer it because Kawhi would probably not run. If so, yeah, he wouldn't run. So
Kawhi's also kind of just like turning back into Kawhi. Like
I know. But that last game was the Spurs, like,
Mhm.
there's some extra motivation there. He always tries to, show out when he's back in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's not a spot I'm attacking because, I do see the minutes bump continuing. Maybe not this game, but I think we start seeing some 30s soon out of Kawhi. I will say the market has moved strongly to his under, which I agree with, but with the minutes bump, I'm just afraid to play it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, guys, I'm not even like you could easily make a case that like Harden doesn't play the fourth quarter either. I mean,
That's why. Yep, I think you're underread. The longer we get into it, that 13-point spread, I like your underread better.
I'm adding it, guys. I'm sorry. JJ, do you want to quick? So I'm gonna quick just say put Harden up here for an official, but JJ, do you want to quick start with keep going over the comments, initiating this while my short brain, does this one thing that it can focus on?
All right, let's see. What have you not touched on yet?
I think the next one would be Tatum or Porzingis on their points.
Tatum or Porzingis.
Let me go to the Celtics. I think I was actually looking at Tatum's under last night. Let me confirm that. Oh, I'm at 26.68. Not as big of an edge there, but that one I think has already moved one point as well. Interesting. Someone said a Porzingis. Why is his number 11.5? Is that the right guy?
There's no way Kristaps has an 11.5 line.
I was looking at Peyton, 18.5. I was going to say the same thing, like under, brother. We're going to empty the clip on the over.
Yeah, like a 10-unit play. Like seriously though, I mean the edge would be like absurd.
It would be absurd. Porzingis under. Celtics. I actually would be very against the Porzingis under here personally.
He could just light it up from 3.
That's kind of my thinking. They're allowing the fourth or fifth most. Didn't he just hit a boatload? He had 8 in the last game. What's his attempts been? Solid around 4 or 5. Hit rate. I like the over 3s low key.
I do too.
Who is Boston playing?
Pelicans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
And honestly, like we should be able to factor in what's his role been, what's his minutes been the last 5. Thing with Boston is they blow so many people out. Mm-hmm. This is an 11-point spread as well.
Yeah. I know the Pelicans played them really close last game. Like I think that was actually like a 1-point game. Yeah. Pelicans lost by 1 in Boston.
We got Joel in the chat. What's up, Joel? Zion overs, over in 4 of his last 5.
I don't hate it as they've been wrapping him up.
Probably not.
He's been balling.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. So do me and another buddy from Straight Bet and Liam Osbets, we had a lotto. It was Risa Shea to hit 2 threes, which he literally hit 2 threes in like the first 3 minutes. Then we had Naz Reid to score 20 points, dude. Naz Reid had like 4 threes in the first like I don't know, like 6 minutes of floor time for him, and then Randall got hurt. I'm like, holy shit, this is actually free. And he took 1 shot the rest of the game. So that sucked ass. Prof is sharp. Hell yeah, Ben. Prof is sharp.
29.7. I like Zion's over with a minutes adjustment a lot. Where do I end up again?
28. 27. Oh, it's good that he's done doing that 24-minute bullshit.
Right. I like the Zion a lot when I do a minutes bump. Oh, I wanted to say this too. You said you just cashed a lotto. We were speaking on Zion. Did y'all fall victim to Jalen Green a few nights ago when everybody in the community did?
I honestly don't bet on Jalen Green. I just like.
I think I bet on him in the next game.
Okay, well, I had a 25-point lay lotto. Powell got it. Zion got it. Jalen Green comes out 0 for 6 in the first half. I think he finishes with 12.
That was
Yeah,
against the Celtics, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I bet
29th
on the
versus
next
pick and
game.
roll ball handlers. 29th versus pick and roll ball handlers. I know they have a good defensive rating. 29th versus pick and roll ball handlers. I want to say he was over in 13 of 15. Oh, I was heated, bro. That ticket was like $20 into like $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I got $0, you know, like
I will say Boston's been like weird recently, dude. They've been like way more like blitzy and stuff. Like they used to just like play everyone one-on-one. They've been like kind of like doing weird shit recently.
You want to know who's weird is the Raptors the last 8 games.
What have they been doing?
They have the best defensive rating in the league in the last 8 games somehow. And they're they won 7 out of their last 8 games?
Really?
I
What are they
was
doing?
not expecting to hear that. That ownership's pissed because they trying to tank.
Yeah, dude. The fucking GM's probably like, what the hell are we doing, bro? we're trying to capture the flag.
So they played Golden State, Celtics, Bucks, Magic, the Hawks twice, Pelicans, and then Wizards last game.
See, JJ, we're getting complimented with our KCP and Franz reads. I will say, dude, I did come into the stream yesterday and say I really like Orlando -5, and then we both bet unders on Magic people, and they get blown out. So,
yeah, I don't know what's up with the Magic lately.
Yeah,
even with everyone back.
Sup, Shoto? How we doing? Clippers to have a lead after every quarter. Oh, so like a wire-to-wire win? Hell yeah, bro. That's only -130. I mean, dude, that sounds like a pretty good bet.
I think
it's not
so.
Like a wire-to-wire win, or not wire-to-wire, but I mean, I never bet markets like this, but I mean, dude, the Hornets stink, and the Clippers have honestly, guys, I'm kind of a Clipper hater. I don't think they're very good, but I will say they have been playing very, very good basketball. And if Kawhi's actually gonna hoop, man, they might be doing something pretty good. It's payday, yo! It's Storch. What's good, Storch? Rain said, like DeJounte Murray over 23.5 points and rebounds or points, and then Tatum 25, Kawhi 18 plus. DeJounte, I do not like DeJounte. I do not like betting on DeJounte, to be completely honest with you.
I want to look into it because I have been cooking with him. That 16.5 number is tempting. I'm looking at his points specifically. Projections for me are 18.83, so I'm definitely there. Assist with these guards, especially guards like DeJounte, who can sneak in and steal some boards. I like to go look PRs. Looks like points is my largest lean. Points and PRs are very close for me, however. I like the DeJounte read. Can we filter in losses of 10 plus? If not, I have it. I forget.
No, we don't have that on this.
I use all these apps, so I got it. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you can keep going. I think he did say that that was getting added. Did that get added to Props Madness?
I don't think so yet.
Okay.
But yeah, he's under in 7 of 13, but he's over that line in 3 straight with Zion. So
yeah, and I totally get that this game was a loss by 1, so hyper competitive. But I mean, for PR, 19 field goal attempts and 17 rebound chances, like 5 free throw attempts too.
Was Zion in that game?
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm. I like whoever suggested this. I've got model support on it. I like it. The blowout worries me, but I do like it. And with Zion, I can see this game staying competitive. Circling back to someone asked about Zion. If this game's competitive, I love it. If he gets 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 minutes, I love it.
Me too. Zion did
struggle. He was missing shots he typically makes at the rim. There's a couple that were like super tough, but I mean, I think he shoots a better game this time.
Ultra competitive too, guys. I mean, sub 30 minutes, 18, 18, 20, 21 field goal attempts the last 4.
He's good, man. People like to shit on Zion. Dude, he's really fucking good. He's the closest thing to Giannis that the league's seen, to be honest.
Those are kind of ticky-tack matchups the last 5.
Yeah.
Utah, I think, was without Walker Kessler in that game. Don't quote me on that.
I just think the biggest thing with Zion people hate is he's just never available.
Yeah.
But they love when he plays.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing with them is like last year he just didn't want to like elevate his game as far as like working on pull-up jump shots and all that. Maybe learn to take a three-pointer. It's just he only wants to get to the rim. Because he could be so much better if he just had like a mid-range game in his bag, and he just, at least going in last year, he did not want to do it at all.
Yeah, if he was just like a threat to shoot.
Yeah.
Man, Tatum has been atrocious, dude.
I know.
Tatum 25 plus. I mean, yeah, 25 is like not a big ask for Tatum. And I know Pelicans have been pull up threes, I believe. Yeah, Pelicans, which is weird because on the year it's like you wouldn't expect pull up threes from a team that's been good against the pick and roll handler in isolation, but maybe they've switched their scheme up a little bit. Not completely sure, but I mean they've been allowing a ton of pull up threes.
Someone requested Zion's boards. Can you go look at that? Because my edge is actually ridiculous, but I will say I ran this last game and got hooked.
Let's see.
I'm at 9.25 rebounds, though. I mean, like one of the biggest edges I've seen all season. They're 20th or 22nd in rebounds allowed to power forwards. I think 20th overall. Let me see what the market's done.
Zion is like lazy. Like Zion, like he can't guard. Like he has to be put on like a spot up guy. So like he's probably gonna guard Drew Holiday, who's just like sits in the corner. And let's see, he had 7 rebounds and 13 rebound chances. So I feel like Zion's usually pretty good at converting rebounds because he's just like strong as hell. But I mean, yeah, like on a per minute basis, like he's averaging 8.2 rebounds this year, and then Zion. Let's see, what minutes do we have Zion for? I guess maybe if we be a little conservative and factor in blowout, like.
Yeah, and that's my issue. I think with a blowout, he still sees 25-6.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ceiling is probably 31 too.
Mm-hmm. So I think that like his minutes per game is 28.5. His rebounds are 8.2. It's probably like just probably around that, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, good edge for sure. Celtics like don't crash you. I mean, Celtics are really not a good rebounding team. They definitely don't crash the defensive glass. So if Zion ever like wants to just like grab a rebound, like he can. And then yeah, he should like Misi will probably be dragged out to guard KP. So it's really just like whoever guards Drew just like snags rebounds. That's what I realized. Like if you're just guarding Drew who just sits in the corner, like you're just gonna get all the rebounds.
I have an official play.
Okay, perfect, JJ. Let's hear it.
Peyton Watson under 6.5 points.
Ooh. What's the price?
It is minus 110 MGM.
Okay. P Watt. Hit us with it.
So I mean, you got everyone available. Overall, he's under an 11-17. But I mean, if you look at like this month, let's see, under in 7-9. I think you look at those first 2 games, that's still with Aaron Gordon like slowly working his way back. And then you look like the last week or so, like his minutes like 25, 18, 24, 19. I think that's a good range for him right there. I don't see like the minutes being very high. And I think Aaron Gordon starting to get back up to where he's typically at. And he did start last game. Is that what they're trying to do now going forward again, or what?
I would think so. I think that Gordon just like, he's not a bench player.
Because they had Brown coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Brown came in.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say Brown has been cashing for me. Look at his like last 10. I played him live the other night. He had 8 points in the first half, and they came out and offered a line of 11.5. He cashed it before the third ended, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, they don't have Brown lines out. I think they're kind of like confused on who's going to start or not.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a good hit rate to the under JJ when everyone plays.
Yeah. I just don't think he has like a real high ceiling for minutes here at all with pretty much everyone being healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm thinking probably like 18 to 25 would be like a safe range. even if you look at like 18 to 27, like the hit rate's still 9 to 13 with everyone playing.
I will say you could. The only like pushback I'm gonna say is you could get boned by like Denver blowing them out. But that's
That's
like,
definitely a possibility.
that's like whatever. We can't predict that shit. Denver's also been terrible the last few games.
He's also under each of the last 3 in wins of 10 plus. Before that, cooking, but with wins of 10 plus and Aaron Gordon, not looking good this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And let's see. So I mean, he'll probably get a couple catch and shoot looks, but he's not a good shooter either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I endorse it. I think the numbers are on your side for sure.
Yeah, I think your minutes projection there is spot on too. I see a ceiling here of 27.
Yeah, and that's like and actually
That's
also
a blowout.
One thing I'll say too is that Julian Strother actually plays the blowout minutes instead of Peyton Watson. So actually, I actually retract my you could get blown by. You really couldn't get blown by the blowout, I think, because it's just Strother who plays.
Yeah, because I think realistically, I'm saying maybe somewhere around like 22, 23 minutes he'll probably actually play here.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got him at 22.
Love it.
Okay. Books be losing money from Raptor fans lately. I wish I was on their money line. Yeah. Okay. What's the last one we got to? Let's see. We've been live for an hour 6. Let's do 2 more questions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did we talk about Trey Murphy, RA?
No, but we talked about that last time. I actually don't like it, to be honest. Because he's gonna be on like a Tatum 100%. And,
yeah, I agree. I liked his points last game, but I think they're like what 4th or 5th versus spot up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 8.82. I'm not sure where the line is on his RAs.
8.5.
Okay. Be a slightly.
Yeah, 10 rebound chances and 5 potential assists when they last played.
It's been a wagon. That's why, Prophet. I mean, look at this. Like he gets like 9 or 10 like every single game. That's like why.
Wow, a wagon.
Yeah, like legitimately, like this is crazy stuff. Like 11 straight games, but he just like literally, he's barely sneaking by. So like, I don't know, man. Like,
I think the biggest thing is just no Herb Jones.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's been a wagon.
I mean, it's crazy stuff. Like I said, if I ride the wave, like I'm just gonna curse it for everyone. So, Booker PA, I like the under. We talked about this earlier. Strongly into the under on anything Booker points related because tough, really brutal matchups schematically, and instead of he's not an all-star. He's not shooting guard 1. So why would you take an over on like a shooting guard who's not better than that young 23-year-old from Minnesota? I think Prophet hopped out. Let's see. Okay. Derek White, 2.5 points first quarter. Look, dude, to be honest, I really don't know. I don't do first quarter markets at all. I can pull up a hit rate chart for you if you want. But let's see. Oh, dude, this is so juiced too. I would not. I just wouldn't even touch this, to be honest, dude. Like this is a very volatile market, a first quarter market, and just like laying juice like this on variance like this, it's not smart. So I would not do that personally. Oh, sorry, Prophet.
No, my fault. My laptop died. I had to plug it in quick.
Okay, all good. Yeah, Barrett stuff, man. Blue Mamba, I agree. Just like Barrett, dude, like he's so reliant at scoring in the paint, and the Bulls have 0 rim protection. I do think the numbers kind of adjusted to it, if I'm going to be honest. Like even like he has not been really good recently.
How does he do with quickly?
Let me quick see. I just want to quick show this. So I mean, he's only like the last 15 games. He's only averaging 18. We can do with quickly. Want to do with Barnes and quickly?
Yeah.
Don't have a great sample. 25 against the Bucks, 15 shots, 15 shots, 16 shots. Said like 15 to 18 shots. The Bulls just stink, dude. He played against the Bulls. He had 32 against them. There was no Barnes and Quickly and Bruce Brown. And Bruce Brown, even, he's been kind of coming to form again.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I do like it. I just wish that we got like a 19.5 or something. Prophet, does your model not really like RJ, I'm guessing, due to like recent stuff?
RJ Barrett points 21.92. I lean over. What was
20.5?
It's not enough for me. 21.929. I'm at a 6.9% edge. So some people would play it. I like the over. I lean over. With Quickly, I'm probably not getting to the window.
Yeah, me too. I just think that the numbers, well said. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'd have it at 21.5, but it's really not a big edge.
Yeah, if Quickly runs, he's under in 5 of 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Cade rebounds. I don't see. Yeah. He's not guarding Kyrie. Absolutely not. But Cade also never guards like a high usage guy. Like he has too much usage on offense to be rebounding like that. We talking about he's averaging 6.4 on the year. Good hit rates for sure. You're paying a price, minus 135 at FanDuel. Looks. Do you guys know how to handicap a Cade rebound prop? Because I really don't.
I lean under 5.95. The juice on the 6.5 is disgusting under though. I would just have to leave you with I don't have an opinion. I think the books are close to right on this one.
Yeah. One thing I like to do is like when like Cade's obviously not crashing the offensive glass.
Right.
So whenever you're like looking for someone's rebounds, I like to just like go to like the last 10 games, opponent defensive rebounds overall. And then, if they're just like leaking a ton of defensive rebounds, then I think it's probably a pretty good matchup. So like, yeah, Pelicans, Wizards, obviously terrible rebounding team, but yeah, look, man, some of these rebound props are hard to cap. I will say I'd probably lean over a little bit. It's like you are getting a 62.8% hit rate on the season. It's in Detroit. It should be a close game. He is averaging 6.4, but nothing crazy.
He is over in 6 of 9 versus teams in the bottom half in the rebounds allowed without Ivy. Okay. I'm not going to get to the under, but I do lean that way.
Gafford double-double was my lock. Chris, bro, you tell him about a lock. JJ, do you think is Gafford double-double a lock?
If he's getting 30 plus, he might be a lock.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they don't have a center. Maxi Kleber, I believe, is still out. Dwight Powell is still out. He's the only center. Let's see. I think 28 plus.
Yeah, and the hit rate dumb when you get that.
Prophet, what does your model say for this one? I feel like your model could be good for what do you have Gafford at for minutes?
Good question. Gafford. Where is Dallas? I have him at 28, but then I have a minutes adjustment at 32. And at 32, I've got 19.77. No, I'm sorry. 15.77 points and 11 boards. I like the double-double.
I think double-double is a good look, dude, honestly. Like, I mean, if he's going to play, he's a good scorer, to be honest. Good scoring big.
He's a very, very efficient scorer.
Yeah. Chris, actually, I think you're onto something here.
Yeah, I do lean this dub over for sure.
Okay, guys. Let's see. How much longer are you guys down to go for? Just curious.
Shit, man.
A few more minutes.
I'm good. I'm good for whatever.
Okay. Let's see. So let's do. Should we do like 10 more minutes?
Works.
Okay.
I'm gonna just get off here and do my stream. So I'm gonna do this for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay. What was? Okay, PJ Washington under points. I
am at 14.71. Let me look into it a little more. What are they versus spot up?
They are 11th, so pretty above average.
Yeah, over his points line in 5 straight. What's his attempts been? Over 13 in each of them.
14.
He's low key been chucking.
He's running 35 minutes a game through that. Let me go do a minutes adjustment. I've got him at 34 minutes. So
I feel like that's a
With
good
Kyrie, without Luka, Lively. I mean, he's been chucking lately.
PJ is a tough one for me, man. I feel like I honestly don't have a lean. I hate answering your guys' questions like that, but I'm not going to tell you guys, to go bet it if I don't think you should.
yeah, and the threes price is just way too expensive. If there were there's no plus monies. If there were a plus money on his threes, I'd probably run it.
There is not. Minus 110 is the best price in the market.
Yeah, I need a little more than that, but that's close. I lean over points and threes for PJ here. I think this one stays. What's the spread in this one? Like 4 or 5?
Yeah, 1 point spread actually.
1 point spread. Yeah. I like PJ's points over. I do. That is a lean for me. Minutes adjusted.
Mm-hmm. Dame over 3.5 threes. Spurs allow a ton of above break threes, man. Like they really. Wemby's a drop coverage guy. It's like you need to keep him close to the rim to maximize him on defense. So yeah, 25th in pick and roll handler. They allow the third most above the break threes. You can get some plus money out there too. Go to with Giannis. What's the hit rate looking like? So a little less than half, but you are getting plus money head to head. He had 4 threes on 7 attempts, and so 7 attempts in 35 minutes isn't great, I will say. But just knowing how the Spurs have defended for most of the year, I think it's a good look. Okay, we talked about Murray under 20.5. I personally did like it, but just know that Philly's defense is absolutely atrocious right now. Okay, Barnes over 10.5. Yeah, we talked about Barnes, and if Prophet and JJ, if you guys want to quick just run over what we said about Barnes earlier.
Man, Barnes, I am so close. I have 2 plays that we've gone over today that I'm like, I might just pull the trigger on. I like Harrison Barnes points over, and I like Zion's points over. I actually like Zion's PRs. I like Harrison, y'all. I almost just should just
I
run
like the threes a lot.
Yeah, see, I like the threes and I like the points for Barnes.
Chris, this is a super good point too. Giannis will be the person who guards Barnes, especially if Castle continues to start. If Giannis really just he just helps in the paint and leaves someone open in the corner.
Yeah, he's gonna sag off and play drop if he is involved in the pick and roll too.
Mm-hmm. Andre said Wemby 24.5 at 365. Yep, guys, this is a very strong lean from us.
Yeah, I lean the under for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Wemby. Let's see. Prophet Enigma said, "What's up?"
Yo, what's up, bro? I don't remember your Twitter name, but I'm sure we boys. So I appreciate you tapping in this morning.
Yes, sir. Clay over 13.5 points.
Let me see. He went off against Washington.
Yeah, I was on at that game, dude. Washington's so bad at defending catch and shoot stuff. Let's see. All you got to do really is look at catch and shoot stuff. Pistons have been allowing a pretty high frequency, fair bit of makes. Not average makes, but frequency is definitely there, which is kind of
lean over as long as he continues to get good volume like he has been.
Mm-hmm. 29 minutes. Like I said, this game projects to be close.
27 from above the break. Yeah, I like that. It's a good lean. I would go points over threes because that threes price is a little too juicy for me. But I agree with Jay Sleeper there too. With the use or with the volume, if he's at 15 attempts, he's soaring, dog.
Yeah. No, I agree with this too. Definitely lean. What's up, D'Lo? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good Friday. The Greek Freak assists.
Let me see where I'm at. Giannis, I'm at 31 points. That's right with market 5, 2, 6. So here, this is one of those things for me. I do lean under, but I generally don't play things where they're close to my model, but it's plus money, right? And when I run my edge percentage, it says it's massive. I'm at 24%, fellas. That's large. That's very large. But my number's 5.269, so let's call it 527. And you have to lay the 5.5 plus money. So like, is it a spot I love attacking? No, me personally, like, give me the 6.5, 130, and we're in business. But I don't know. They are that's versus centers. They're 17th versus. What did he have in the last one? He had 8 in the last matchup.
Yeah. Let's see. This one's a little confusing to me. I will say that just like we can quick do on the year with Dame, and then see he's averaging 5.8 in this. He's about 50-50. The Spurs are allowing the second most assists over the last 10 games, so they've been honestly like really, really bad. They're allowing the most points. Just like that's just like a little broad, and then also head to head, 14 potentials, 8 assists. That's good stuff. However, guys, I mean, head-to-head data can actually be super misleading because the Spurs lost this game by 16. That's a pretty bad game from them against the Bucks. That makes sense to make an adjustment here and try something different. So, I guess I'd slightly lean over, but I don't think there's anything crazy here. Jay, do you have a quick take on Giannis?
I'm kind of like indifferent about it. I don't have like a real read on it, so I can't really say.
Yeah. Fair enough. Andre, Greek Freak rebounds and assists. Let's see. Rebounds is definitely good. Let's see.
I think rebounds is something I'm considering.
Yeah.
Especially without Bobby Portis.
What is rebounds and assists? So 18.5. That's 13 and 6. You know what? I think I like it because I do slightly lean over to assists. I don't think it's like crazy, but I don't hate adding it in either. And then rebounds is like look, dude, if you're not guarding Giannis clearly didn't guard Wemby here, right? Like you don't have 21 rebound chances if you're guarding Wemby. Yeah, Giannis has too much usage on offense to guard Wemby. And then Spurs are just a terrible rebounding team, dude. So Andre, I think this is actually like a really solid look, to be honest with you.
I do too. Projections get me at 17.8, call it 17.95. There's 19.5s out there. I like this a lot as well. Might run it.
You said you like the under?
Yeah.
Okay. Andre asked about the over. I said
sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm fading y'all on that one.
What do you have on the rebounds?
12.66. So that one's closer than the assists.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because that one I lean over without Bobby Portis.
Yeah, without Bobby too, especially because Bobby, like just like Brook, dude, Brook's gonna play so many minutes, and like the minutes alongside Bobby versus the minutes alongside Brook are like a massive difference for Giannis to rebound. Mm-hmm. Like Brook just like boxes out, like he doesn't even try to rebound, it just like lets Giannis grab everything. Okay, we talked about Zion stuff, Joel. We lean over. I think we talked about it from your question too. Talked about PJ. We were pretty indifferent there, to be honest, Con. It was just like, tough to gauge. I think we talked about Kristaps too, right?
Yeah, I lean over for Porzingis. I might ladder his threes if we're being honest. I can't bet DFS sites, so I don't have any the first half. Like I don't bet first halves or nothing, but full game, I like. Well, you know what? And if you got DFS apps, that first half might be the better read.
Yeah, usually goes off in the first half, especially if it's like first quarter. If he goes off first quarter, he's gonna soar over the rest of the game too.
Yeah, so I don't have access to it, but I do like that line.
I do too. I think that playing the first half with like what's the spread here, 11-point spread. I think that's a good way to do it. See, we talked about Clay. I think we lean over his points, but kind of think his threes are well priced. Is that what we kind of agreed on?
That was my read. But with the volume,
if anything, I would like ladder it with the volume.
Yep, I agree.
Zubac. Oh, dude, Leo, this is a great bet. And honestly, guys, I think that Zubac first quarter points, because they do this weird thing where they start Taj Gibson, bro. Dude, Taj, like They start Taj Gibson, and if you can guarantee Zubac like 5 or 6 minutes against Taj Gibson, bro, like you should honestly be looking to his like. I think you're talking about first half because I know DL you'll be on apps and stuff like that.
If he's going against Taj in the first quarter, he might hit that in the first quarter alone.
Dude, yeah, no, exactly. Bro, Zubac. Oh damn, I wish it was 3.5. I don't. Okay, look, yeah, no, if it was 3.5, that would be great. 4.5, I think maybe the line's like kind of well priced. It is plus 100, which.
Do those DFS sites do like first half RAs? Because his first half RA number looks stupid.
They might
for Zoo.
Yeah, for Zoo. If the line's 7.5, over an 8 of the last 10, both times he didn't get it, it was 7. Like, I can't bet this, but if I could, I'm all over it.
Yeah, I agree. First half stuff with this game just makes sense in general too. Like Zoo rebounds makes a ton of sense, dude. I mean, the Hornets, he's just gonna play drop. Like they have no pull-up shooting. So Zoo's gonna play drop. He's gonna dominate Diabate and Taj on the boards. Zubac just could easily have a good game. Like I think that like a Zubac ladder, like an SGP, like you could build out an SGP. Like this game stays close. Zubac has 15 and 15, and Harden has 10 assists or something. I don't know, but. Trey Murphy, I'm kind of actually, underleaning on Trey.
It's a tough matchup for him. I got to agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're like 4th from spot up or something.
Yeah. 3rd and 6th in transition too. 3rd. Yeah. Literally everything's like, not good for his play types.
And he had 30 in that
RA
last
is plus money on FanDuel, surprisingly.
Hold on, let me go look at that.
His RA. I don't know how they got plus money on FanDuel, but I mean, that's a pretty good price for what he's been doing lately.
Yeah, that even money on the 8.5 is.
Yeah. FanDuel's like trying to bait people.
Seriously, all that market discovery, like they're waiting for someone to come hit them. They want to find the bottom. Is it us? I don't know. I might go smack that. I like that a lot. Let me just circle back. I'm not saying they're losing by 10 plus is a lock, but it's possible.
Mm-hmm. It's probable.
Probable. Yeah, under an 8 of 14. Let me pair that with Zion.
It's like a little bit greater than a 50% chance if you're going off by the spread, right? It's like each team has a 50-50 chance to cover.
Exactly, yeah. And then, I mean, you could even try to buy the 10. I mean, that's the closest way to do it. Buy the 10 and then devig it. So, like, what I mean by that is if you could get, what's the spread, 11?
Yeah, 11. So
let's use theories out there. Like the minus 10 is probably minus 150 and the plus 10 is plus 125 because there's a little extra vig. Your true price is like 133. So then you put that into a percentage, you're at like 60%. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, it's probable, but if I'm not betting a spread, I don't have that much confidence in it.
Yeah, what about Trey Murphy under PRA? Don't like the points matchup, and Vegas is going to come swooping in on the rebounds and assists.
That is like the ultimate contrarian play. Like my model is all over the over everywhere, and I just feel like in my logic here is the books are accounting for something I'm not, whether it's a minutes bump for Zion, I don't know, but that's where my brain goes with everything so far over. Also, he has just been fucking cooking though. So at the end of the day, like I think that's part of it as well.
Yeah, he's barely going over. Like it would be different if he was over in the last 10 and like averaging like
13. Yeah.
Like one of these games, he's just gonna have 8, and it's like not gonna be surprising. He's gonna have like 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Like that's totally normal for Trey Murphy, right? I don't know.
I do agree.
I think like 9 RA with Ingram and Herb Jones off the court. I think.
What'd you say what'd you say it was?
I think it's like 9 RA. Let me see. Per 36. What's it at? Pelicans.
Fellas, while JJ's looking at this, I do want to quick say we are up to 1,200 people, which is awesome. And Prophet, we thank you for that because I know your presence is definitely having a big impact on that. But while I do have your guys' attention, like I said, if you guys are on YouTube or if you guys are on Twitter, just like liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Really, it's a free way to support us, and it helps us out a ton. So if you do appreciate this content, find it valuable, just like and sub goes a long way. And then also the Straight Betting Twitter account is something we're also trying to grow. So if you guys are on Twitter, viewing through there, we would definitely appreciate a follow on Straight Betting as well.
Yeah, man, I just want to reiterate off that. I do the same thing in my show. I don't know each y'all have good discords or whatever, but if you're coming up here every day for an hour breaking down the slate, giving out some freebies, man, what I like to say is I'll do this for free. All I ask is a like, help me grow this page. So if you're in my community, show the love y'all show me, drop a like on this video, and appreciate y'all for tapping in and trusting us.
Yeah, Prophet. We appreciate that for sure. Yeah, no, guys, just like and subscribe is really just, you'd be surprised how much it helps us as streamers. So
100%.
Yeah, very easy way to help support. Okay, well, with that being said, we have been live for an hour, 30 minutes, and I am going to end this soon just because I do create short form content, and I like getting that out somewhat early in the day. So
yeah, I gotta get ready for my stream at noon as well. I really wish I could have came in here and dropped some more plays. Maybe I'll be back on in a week or two. I'll be at Media Row next week, but the week after I'm wide open. I'd love to come back and hopefully throw some more winners out here. My only play is tailing you on KD. I paid 125 instead of the 110 on 24.5. But I appreciate you pulling me in, and hopefully next time, bigger slate, we'll be able to drop a few more for the people.
Yeah, no, for sure. We appreciate you coming on, and hey, same goes here, dude. If you ever need someone on stream, I know I'd be down. JJ, I think maybe he'd be down too. Would you be down, JJ?
Yeah, I'd be down. Yeah.
For sure. I'll be reaching out. We'll get you all on the sharp side here soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, just gonna quick go over the plays. I had Chris Paul over 8.5 points, MPJ over 20.5 PR. Me and Prophet had KD over. Well, he had over 24.5 for a little more juice. And then I had over 25.5. Let's see. And then Harden under 21.5. Like I said, guys, there's kind of like a little gut feeling going into that one. But, it's a great match. I think that Powell and Zubac might absolutely smash. And Harden might just, look to set them up all game along with blowouts and stuff. Then JJ came in with a sneaky one. Watson under 6.5 points. Just does not hit this line much when everyone plays. So, all right. Well, we appreciate everyone for tuning in, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. JJ, I think JJ, you'll be back Monday, correct?
Yeah, Monday.
Okay, and then Prophet, if you just want to quick plug, anything before you head out.
Yeah, man, I go live Monday through Friday, noon to 1:30 Eastern. I go over the full card, give out everything I have at that moment for free, and I'm the same way, man. I appreciate y'all that tap in with us, tap in with me. All I ask is y'all throw a like on the video, and happy to be back, and or I'll be happy to be back and run another show with these guys, and hopefully bring some more plays to them.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and you guys will obviously love Prophet stuff. If you guys are tuning into this, you'll like Prophet stuff because it's very similar stuff.
Yep, very much.
Yeah, make sure you check him out. Follow him on Twitter at Prophet Prosp 1 as well. So yeah. All right, well that's gonna do it. I'll be back tomorrow, and you guys have a great day. Have a great Friday. It's the weekend. Let's go, baby. Awesome.